Which one are you gonna get, Harley? Princess?
Hey, Roman numeral 7 days, drop it like it's hot. If this world was mine, I'd take it, dreams and make them multiply. If this world was mine, I'd take your enemies in front of God. Introduce them to that light, hit them strictly with the fire. Fire, 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 fire. Hey, Roman numeral 7 days, drop it like it's hot. If this world was mine, I'd take your dreams and make them multiply. If this world was mine, I'd take your enemies in front of God. Introduce them to that light, hit them strictly with the fire. It's a vibe, they a dance, let them watch. She a fan, he a flop, they just wanna kumbaya, nah.
This world concrete, I would go. All day, she only do what she know. Weekends, get it poppin' on the low. Better days coming for sure.
Woke up today, look at your picture just to get me started. I called you up, but you weren't there, and I was broken hearted.
We gon' do all doors slow. Baby, you was loud, it's like close. When I'm with you, everything goes. Coming with that on my soul. Body down, wrist close. Check time on the way home. This world concrete, flowers grow. All day, she only do what she know. Weekends, get it poppin' on the low. Better days coming for sure. If it was up to me, I wouldn't give it nobody no sympathy. I take away the pain, I give you everything. I just wanna see when you wanna see if this works. I trust you, I tell you, I won't waste your time, I turn it up just so I can tell you, I'ma make you say it loud. I'm not even tripping, I won't stress you out. I might even settle down for you, I'ma show you.
What's up, guys? Happy Saturday. It's Saturday, July 12th. It's almost 2 o'clock and I'm just now starting the vlog. Y'all can see already out of the house. Harley is with my mom. She just went with her. I think I got some clips of everything we've done so far. Around 10, I took her to another little event that I found in our area. It was a back to school event and they just had like face painting. They had 2 bounce houses, a train ride, and what else did they do? Like a little raffle, and they gave the kids school supplies and backpacks. Her school, she doesn't need supplies. Like, you're not supposed to send any supplies. The school provides all of that. So she doesn't really necessarily need that stuff, but they still gave her one anyway. I noticed it had like pens and stuff, so I'll probably use some of that for me, like for being in school or whatever. But yeah, so we did that, and then what else did we do? We met my mom. Oh, we got lunch. I vlogged that too. We went to CC's. This was my first time ever taking her there. I haven't been to CC's in years, but she kept saying she wanted pizza. And we were near there, and I was like, let's just try it and see if she likes it. And she did like it, which I'm super surprised. And now I'm glad I know that, and I'm glad I tried it, because at CC's, if you're 3 and under, it's only $1.99 for the pizza buffet, and it includes a drink. So I'm like, I could have been bringing you here for $2. Like, come on. But yeah, she really liked it, and now I know someplace I could feed her that's like inexpensive, because I think it's only like $10 for adults. So yeah. So we did that. Then we went to T-Mobile, because I'm thinking that I need a new phone, because y'all know I record and edit and upload and everything on my phone, but my phone constantly says storage full, and I'm always deleting stuff. I done deleted, like, especially apps and stuff, like almost everything off my phone, and still when I go to record and everything, edit, upload, it still tells me like storage full sometimes. It gives me such a hard time, but I be trying to get these videos up for y'all, because like I said, I want to do this. I want to stay consistent. So yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna have to just get a bigger phone. I'm gonna try one more thing, just deleting my largest app off the phone and just doing it over the computer. I don't know. I was trying to remember how I used to do this before when I would blog, and I believe that I would record and edit on the phone, but then I would email it to myself and then upload through the computer. So I might have to try and do that. But anyway, yeah, but we were out in the heat at that first event, so that's why I have on the hat and my little space buns, and I just have on a black one. What is this? a black bodysuit, some black shorts, and my sandals because it is super hot out today. But anyway, right now, so I'm about to go in this hair store that's supposedly having like a really good sale, like their bows and stuff, because I want to get Harley some more new bows for school, and their bows are supposedly 1 cent. Like the bows are supposed to be a penny. So we're about to see. We about to go in here and find out. What's up, guys, and welcome back to the vlog. It is Sunday, actually, Sunday, July 13th. I think the last time we talked was yesterday, Saturday, when I was going into this new hair store I told y'all that we have in town. I ended up not even staying in there that long because it was kind of like crowded, and also, number one, what I went in there for, because I think I mentioned it yesterday, so this weekend, since it's their grand opening sale, they were having like a lot of penny deals, and one of the penny deals was penny like hair bows for kids. So I wanted to get some for Harley to go along with her other back to school stuff. But you know, I always get things wrong. But anyway, so yesterday when I went, the girl told me that the penny hair bows were actually for the day before. She said they did have penny deals yesterday when I was in there, and I think it was like the lashes and the socks and something else. But so I looked at the lashes and it wasn't nothing that I wanted or needed or whatever. And then I looked at the socks. I was gonna get her some of the socks because it was like all of the slouch socks or whatever were only a penny. But then also my other issue was I didn't have any actual cash. I only had my card. And I don't know why I was thinking like I could just pay with my card. But then you have to think about it. If their limit was their limit on the penny stuff was 4 items. Well, at least for the socks, you couldn't get no more than 4. So that would have been 4 cents. And I didn't have no cash. Like, I'm the type of person, my mom always fusses at me about this, but I don't carry any cash at all. Like, none. Because when I used to always like lose it, or I don't know. To me, carrying cash made me like spend my money too quick. It's something about me and carrying cash. I don't know, but I just don't carry it. I always have cards, which is not always a good thing. Sometimes I should have cash because I have ran into certain times where I'm like, dang, I should have had some cash. So I don't know, maybe that's something I need to like work on or change. But in any event, I did not have any yesterday. And of course they wasn't going to run my card just for 4 cents. So I'm just like, you know what, I'll just come back another day. Because even when the stuff isn't 1 cent, it's still a pretty good price. And I didn't really need the socks because I had already ordered her some socks for back to school. That's supposed to be coming with one of her orders, so I didn't even necessarily need them. So anyway, I said all that to say I went there, but I didn't really get anything. And then after that, I think I don't think I vlogged anything else yesterday. So anyway, now today is Sunday, like I said. So far today we have been to church, and then after church we went to Ross because I wanted to find something to wear on my birthday. As far as like I already told y'all, I'm not really celebrating on my birthday because I have class that day, and you know I have to be to class at 4 o'clock, and it lasts all the way to the evening. So it's not really much time for me to celebrate. But we did decide to go to brunch on my birthday. So I was just gonna order something and have it like overnight or 1 day ship. But then I was like, let me just go look in the store, see if I can find something cute. So I did find a couple of things in Ross. And yeah, so we went to Ross after church. I got a few items. Hopefully they work out. And what else did we do? Oh, we went, of course, Harley was hungry after church. So we went and got her something to eat. And then now we came back home. I mentioned yesterday that I wanted to talk about how I find like free or almost free activities for Harley. If y'all have noticed, since summer has come, I pretty much take her somewhere almost every day. Like I try to find at least one activity for us to do every day. Even with me going to school, like I at least try to find something for us to do that morning. So yeah, I wanted to tell y'all how I do that. So if it's any other moms watching that's like, oh, I want to get out the house, I want to do things with my toddler, but number one, a lot of things are like super expensive, or they don't really know how to find activities. That's why I just want to make this little part of the video and tell y'all how I do that. Okay, so for starters, my favorite types of activities are activities that are free. So I said free or almost free, but when I say free, I mean like completely free. So to me, the best place that I've been able to find those kind of activities in my area is at the library. That's like my number one go-to when I don't really know what I'm gonna do with Harley for the day. I look online at our library website. Online, it tells you about all the branches in the area, and we have like so many branches. I mean, y'all have seen, we've gone to like so many different libraries. Some of them y'all haven't even seen, but I think that's a really great tip. Like in your area, if you look on your library's website, they tend to have a lot of activities for kids. They tend to have a whole like activity area or kid area, children's area, of course, in the library, and that's where they do the activities. So most of the time, like I said, I will go online. Like say if I'm trying to plan our day tomorrow, I'll go online to the library's website and it'll tell me all the events happening at every library, and it's like all there on one page. Like you just click on Monday, it tells me all the events. And our library, which you could research this in your area and see what your library offers, but our library has like a variety of classes. A lot of them Harley has tried out and she has liked a lot of them. We have music class. We have libraries that have like that cupcake decorating class, libraries that have programs like the Fiddler Dan program and what was the other one, the Science Heroes. Those, I think the performers and everything, that's more so during the summer, because I guess they know a lot of kids are out of school or whatever. So the things that we have gone to with like the performances, I would say they have that more so during the summer. But during the school year, like say if your other kids are in school, or if you're just a new mom, you only have one kid, and like I said, you want to get out of the house during the week, you're a stay-at-home mom that doesn't like to stay at home, this is like, that's still a good resource for you. Because like when Harley turned 6 months, that's when I really tried to dedicate like myself to getting her out of the house for at least an hour or two. And that's when I found they had a baby story time at the library, and it included like music, songs, like they had little things for the baby to play with and a story. And like I said, I think I already mentioned the music class, and they have art classes at the library. They have like building, like blocks, and just all types of different classes that Harley has been able to take and go to at the library, and she loves them all. So that's a really good tool, something to research in your area is your local library, and even libraries that are not so local, because some of them that we have gone to are maybe like 30-40 minutes away. But if you want to get out of the house, like I said, that's a way to get out of the house anyway. So another good way to find things to do with your kids is Facebook. I know a lot of us don't like Facebook. I try to avoid Facebook, but when I'm like looking for something, that's a great resource. So on Facebook, I don't know if they have these in your area, but in our area, there's a lot of like mom groups and like social baby clubs and stuff like that. And so that's another way. That's how I found like the back to school thing that we went to yesterday. I found that on Facebook. That's how you find out about like a lot of big events in your area. It's a part on Facebook where you can literally click on events in my area and it'll tell you, and you can like have it show you like what's going on for that day only or whatever. So there's so many different ways, on Facebook to find things. Also, people post about stuff, people repost stuff. So that's another way to find it. Another way to find good like kid activities or whatever in your area is word of mouth. So like when you are at the library and at these events or whatever, I know some moms don't like to, but like say if you see your child playing with another child or whatever, and y'all, you start conversing with the mom, and sometimes moms even give you like, oh yeah, I usually take my child here, or we usually do this or that or whatever. So if you kind of be sociable at the other things that you find, you can kind of find out about other events that you could take your kid to. And I know that's what happened a lot with Harley, because Harley is very sociable. She likes playing and all of that. So I always end up talking to like new moms and stuff. And yeah, we always kind of talk about other things we like to do with the kids, because most of us are like stay-at-home moms. So most of the time we're looking for things to do. So yeah, like even on Saturday, once again at the event that we went to, one of the moms there was telling me about, like, she told me about like 3 or 4 other back to school events that's happening in our area, where they're going to have kind of the similar vibes, like face painting and bounce houses and giving away supplies and stuff. So that's another way. I know a lot of times like people are shy and don't really want to talk to other people, because that's how I am too. But if you just kind of like open yourself up a little bit, and you know, because you gotta think you're just doing it for your child to have something to do and just to be nice and friendly, why not? I know when I first had Harley, that is how we met a lot of her little friends and playmates that she ended up having. Was like at the library, I would talk to the moms that would talk to me and, you know, be friendly and stuff, and we would see them often. Then eventually we would plan our own little play dates or have things at each other's houses. And then eventually, like when the kids' birthdays came, of course, now you have like 3 or 4 other kids to invite to the parties and just different things. It turned out to be a really good thing, me, you know, opening up and being friendly with other moms. Like it turned into like a little, I don't know, like a little community, like a support system for me, actually. So that was great. But anyway, so yeah, Facebook, word of mouth, your local library. How else do I find activities? Oh, I don't know if this is in your area, but in our area, there's also some like mom websites. Like there's one in my area called southernmamas.com. So maybe even on Facebook or other places, you can find out about parenting websites that are in your area. And so on this particular website, it has an event calendar for each day for things that are happening around the city. So maybe that's something that you could look up or, you know, ask other mom friends about or whatever. But yeah, there's people who literally have like, you know, they've made these websites to show like, okay, you know, you're in Savannah area, it's Tuesday, July, whatever, and you want to find something for your kid to do. Okay, all you do is go on the website, you click on Tuesday, July, and it gives you like things that are going on in the city or whatever, similar to how Facebook does. So those are a lot of the ways that I find out. And like I said, also just being in the Facebook groups and making mom friends and stuff. And also, if there is not a lot of events for kids in your area, if you go to the ones that are there, or just simple things like the classes at the library, and you make those friends, then you can kind of make your own little events, because that's what we did. Sometimes we would just be like, oh, okay, on Wednesday we're all gonna bring the babies to the park and we're gonna have a picnic, or you know, on this day we'll all take the babies to the splash pad, or you know, things like that. You kind of make your own events. And so that is kind of what I do. Also, the website that I was telling about that's local to me, that is how I found out about like the movies, because it has all of that listed on there. Like, okay, this is the summer movie schedule. These are all the movies that are playing. So I'm pretty sure, you know, it's not like a new idea. I'm pretty sure there is a website like that in your area too, that you could probably research and get some information on. And then another way is simply sitting there like Googling places to take kids in my area. And a lot of the times with those places, like I know we have a lot of like, we have like 2 or 3 children's museums. We have what other thing, like mainly like kind of children's museums and just children play places or whatever. And a lot of times when you Google those, yeah, when you go on the websites, you're like, okay, dang, I got 1, 2 kids or whatever. Plus for me, it's going to be expensive. But a lot of times when you find those places, if you look at their website, there's ways for you to get discounts. Like I know for sure here, like our local museums, a lot of them offer military discounts. A lot of them offer like first responder discounts. Like if one of the parents is a first responder, if you get any type of like government type assistance, a lot of the museums in our area you can get in for free or at a very reduced rate. I know one museum, the regular admission is like $13 or $14, but if you get any type of like Medicaid or anything like that, you can get in for like $2 or $3, which I think that's really cool. And also I saw even if you live near other states, like where I live, I know I always tell y'all, where I live, we're probably like not even an hour away from South Carolina, maybe an hour and a half, almost 2 hours away from Florida. So that's another thing that you could do too. Like, say if you don't see anything in your immediate area, if there's other like popular cities or places or whatever, like that's not that far from you, maybe like an hour drive, then I mean, be willing to drive those places and, you know, see what they have for kids and just have a little fun with your kid. I know I do it all the time, whether it's South Carolina, Florida, wherever. If there's something going on that I want to take Harley to, I do it. Not too long ago, like in Jacksonville, they had the Universal Circus, because the circus doesn't come here for some reason. They used to, but they haven't come here in years. But we drove there to take her to that. I know I've taken her to things in Atlanta, because Atlanta is close too. They have like the aquarium, the zoo, and I said all that to say all of those places, when I look online and when you look at the admission prices and stuff, a lot of times there's ways to get discounts. I'm telling you, like I've seen like where you could get in the zoo for free, and like in Jacksonville, the zoo, they have like $5 days. Like it's just, you just have to do your research and yeah, look at the website. Or if you don't want to do that, just call and just say, you know, do y'all offer any special discounts or things like that? So that is what I mainly do, and that is how I'm always finding stuff to do with Harley. She's always able to go and have fun somewhere, because, you know, Harley is my youngest child. She probably pretty much feels like a only child because the other ones are so old. So it's not like keeping her at home, like she has people to play with or be social when she's not at school. So I'm always trying to find things for her to do. I don't want her to just sit in the house and be bored. And yeah, it's a great way to just get your kid out the house, tire them out, you know, try to stay out an hour or two, try to schedule it around nap time, so you know when y'all get home, you'll get even more, you know, of a rest, because when we get home, okay, they're gonna take a nap. I don't know, it's just, I think it's good to like get them out the house and find different things and let them experience different things and just always have something to do. So yeah, that is some of the tips and tricks that I use when I'm finding activities for Harley. And if you have any more questions about anything, y'all just ask me down below. I am so happy to help other moms or dads or whatever, single parents, solo parents, you know, parents where the other spouse works all the time or whatever. So I don't mind helping. If you have any questions, just go ahead and leave them down below. All right, guys, I hope that was helpful. And like I said, if you need any more like tips or anything like that, feel free to ask me any questions. But I wanted to go ahead and close out this vlog. And as always, like I always say, if you made it to this part, you're a real one, because that means you watched it all the way to the end. So thank you. But anyway, I will see you in the next one. Bye.
Hope you can find someone to love you better than I did.